back to my channel. My name is Lisa and this is 31 Days of Tarot. So this will be day 3, my top 5 Oracle decks, top 5 Oracle decks of 2018. So these are decks that were either released in 2018 or new to my collection. I don't know when these were released, so I'm just going to use the new to my collection version of the prompt. So this is 31 Days of Tarot is a set of prompts put out by Ethany, so I will link her video down below so that you can have a chance to check out her channel and maybe see some of the other people that are also putting out 31 Days of Tarot prompts. But I want to get right into my Oracle decks, so I'm going to jump right into it. In no particular order, I don't think. We'll see if I end up grabbing them in an order, but in no particular order, I'm going to start talking about my top 5. So before I do that though, just a quick note, I would love to hear what yours are. So as we go through this video, definitely share with me down below what your top 5 from 2018 Oracle decks are, because I want to know. So this is the first one I'm going to talk about. This is the Messages from the Light Meditation deck. This was a deck put out by, the artwork is by Joyce Huntington, and I believe she also wrote the guidebook for this, or does this one have a guidebook? No, there's no guidebook for this one. So the artwork is by Joyce Huntington, and the deck is produced by US Games, and this is a stunning deck. This one blew me away. Oh, there's a little guidebook. I lied. There's a guidebook, and it's still by Joyce Huntington. I don't really need the guidebook with this deck, though, because the images are so perfectly illustrated for the keywords on the cards. I don't need a guidebook. These are so punchy and direct and stunning, and they pull you right in. Every single card is gorgeous. I would be thrilled to have any of these framed on my wall. They are beautiful. And it's called a meditation deck because I think the intent by the deck creator was that you would put one of these out and literally meditate on it. And you can definitely do that with this deck, but I find this to be a gorgeous Oracle deck beside any tarot reading or on its own as part of a spiritual growth reading or a personal growth reading, which is my favorite thing to do with Oracle cards. These are just gorgeous. I love them. I love them. They are so pretty. And I totally stumbled on this deck by accident at a shop and I just could not put them down. Beautiful. So love, love, love this deck. Highly recommend it. I think it's very balanced and gorgeous. Plus it's square. Oh, and if I didn't show you yet, I'll show you once they're in the box. The backs are beautiful. They're like a stained glass window with so much glow and light. They're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cards. That is the Messages from the Light Meditation deck by Joyce Huntington. Ah! There we go. Put that one away. Alright, the next one here in my pile, this was one that I actually ordered from the deck creator herself, and I believe I brought it in from overseas. It'll probably say on the box. Let us see. This is the Self-Love Oracle, and the artist, why is it not on the front? Oh, there it is. Janet Chewy. Chew? I'm really bad at pronunciation. I'm so sorry. These are gorgeous. You can buy them, I think, right from selfloveoracle.com, I think is the website. I'll try to remember to put it in the description box down below. I did not find these anywhere mass-produced. It comes with a guidebook that is beautiful and well-written. But what I really was drawn to was the self-love theme of these cards. The artwork is gorgeous. These are the backs. And this deck is also silver gilded. Silver, kind of like a mirror silver, so pretty. Some of my cards are upside down. That drives me crazy. I hate that when that happens. I think like half my deck is upside down. There, I think I fixed it. Okay. So what's great about these is that the artwork is beautiful. There's like a main theme and then there's smaller text down below so that you don't really need to rely on a guidebook at all. Some of them are landscape. I really don't like this in decks. I will do it for this deck because I love this deck so much, but I really wish we could just stick with portrait or landscape, like just only do landscape art for this deck, or for the cards, but there's only a few that are like that. The imagery is beautiful and soft, but the messages are very loving. This deck obviously works really beautifully with my Guardian Tarot, which has very much a self-love, self-worth theme. It's just, this is just a great deck to pull anytime. I love it. I love it. And there's not a lot of decks out there with this sort of a theme to them, so I really appreciate when I I really appreciated it when I found out about this, and I really, really love it. So I will try to remember to put the link down below, but if you Google the Self-Love Oracle by Janet Chewy, you should be able to go right to it and buy it from her website, and I believe this was very reasonably priced. It does come in a 2-part box, which is always really nice, a sturdy box to keep the cards in. I like to keep my cards in their original box, and then I put them in a bag and I hang them on the wall. So I like when they come in a good box that's deck sized. So that's the Self-Love Oracle by Janet Chewy. Nobody will be surprised to hear me talk about the Whispers of Lord Ganesha Oracle. This one is by Angela Hartfield. These are the backs. I edged this in yellow. These cards are so beautiful, and the messages are perfect. This deck is very balanced, and there is built into the deck, this is one of them, cards that relate to the specific chakras in the body. So this is the throat chakra, Be Candid. This is the third eye chakra, or the crown chakra. That's the crown chakra, Enlightenment. The heart chakra with Wholeness. But there are also just cards. This one's, the artwork is so gorgeous. I love, this is one of my favorite cards in the whole deck, the Acceptance card with that big round belly. I love it. And this one is another one that is great for self-worth work, for self-love work. Beginnings. It's so beautiful. And it's not like I have done a ton of work with Lord Ganesha. I've done some. But this deck is just so beautifully done. From the choice of keywords to the messages in the guidebook to the artwork. There is quite a bit of gloss on these, but they feel lovely to hold. They are borderless. I just love these. And whenever anybody asks for like a really good comforting oracle deck to work with, or a good all-arounder oracle deck to work with, this is one of the ones that is easy to get, and I highly recommend. The guidebook is really, really well written. You get a full page, so it's not too much, not too little for each card. It's very direct, tells you what the card means. It's tangible, it's easy to wrap your brain around. There's nothing too esoteric in this. It's very grounded. It's a good one. It's a good one. And if you don't have it, highly recommend Whispers of Lord Ganesha. Or Lord Ganesha. How is it said? Lord Ganesha. Sometimes I call him Ganesh and sometimes Ganesha. I don't know which is right, but this one says Ganesha. 2 more left. So it would not be a top 5 oracle without talking about the gorgeous Oracle of Echoes by Anna Turian. If you want a really good all-arounder deck for doing readings, for using in the same way that you would use tarot, this is this is one of 2 that I recommend. The other one's in my pile still to pull. This is extremely balanced. It has difficult and positive messages. It would be incredibly, and has been for me rather, incredibly easy to do divination style readings. Again, just like you would use tarot in a spread. You can see that there is difficult and positive cards included. She did a beautiful job with the artwork. It's very intuitive. It pulls you into that headspace. These are the backings. Where you really get into your at least for me, they pull me into this place where I get into my intuitive headspace, where I get out of my own way a bit. Some of that is the choice of color and the way that color is used. I love, 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 love this Spirit Heals card. How beautiful is that? Rest. It's gorgeous. This is another independently produced deck. There is a digital guidebook, which, to be honest, I just don't use. I still need to edge mine. I think I'm going to edge it in like a deep poppy red like this, or in a black. I haven't decided yet. This deck is fantastic. And if I had to pick one oracle deck to use for divination, this would be my number 1 choice. It comes in a regular tuck box, but I keep it in, I've got some smaller cards in there, like the artist card in there that getting stuck. I don't love tuck boxes, but one thing I will say is if you're going to give me a tuck box, please do this, which Anna has done here, where you have the box that sort of folds far enough back that you can easily just reach in. So it has the thumb hole on one side, and then it folds back far enough that you can just pull the deck of cards out. Nothing gets left behind. That is how I like it. And I keep this in its tuck box, but then I keep it in a bag that beautifully matches the poppy design. So that is the Oracle of Echoes by Anna Turian. My nose always gets itchy when I make videos. You guys are probably used to it by now. The last Oracle deck, and this is another really, really well-rounded deck for in the same way that I would use the Oracle of Echoes. I use this deck, and this is the Illuminated Earth Oracle. This is by Claire Mack, and she is a Washington-based artist, Washington State-based artist. This is another very, very balanced deck. This has a different art style than Anna Turian's, but it is very clear, balanced, well-rounded. It's definitely got more of an earthy energy to it, an earthy vibe. It's very nature-based, but it's also a little bit less, I don't know what the right word is. It's like there's more space for interpretation with the imagery. They're not all of them are as obvious what they're depicting, so it really pulls you into that place where you start to dig in and consider what the imagery or the choice of color or the way that the paint is flowing, what it makes you think of. I really, really love the way that this deck is put together. This is another collage style deck. This looks beautiful next to the textured tarot. I love, love, love this deck. It really does blow me away, and it's very easy to work with right out of the box. Again, I don't need to rely on any kind of a guidebook, although she does have in here a small guidebook, like a little white book style guidebook. That's pretty thin, but gives you like a little paragraph on each card to give you the meanings. But to be honest, when you've got cards like attachment and it shows somebody holding and there's a bunch of barnacles, like, to me that's really, really obvious. Reincarnation with a labyrinth, lots to dig into there. Meander with this winding path, like, I feel like I don't need a guidebook. Obstacle is a big boulder. I mean, anguish, looks like anguish. And then there's other cards where it's a little bit less specific, so structured. I see structure in this card for sure in several different forms, but it's not always spoon-fed to you, I think is what I mean. So, and this is a really nice thick deck. I don't know how many cards there are in here. I think there's like 60 or 70? 63. So it's quite substantial, and I've edged mine in a dark blue. These are the backs. That's my edging. These are the backs. Just love these, and was very excited to get them in, and I have really enjoyed working with them. And that, my friends, is it for my top 5 Oracle of 2018. I don't know what I will do next year because I don't know how much these can change, but I guess they will. They probably will. I guess it depends on what I'm working with, but these are all of my lovelies for 2018. Not all, but these are my favorites. These are my favorite oracles for 2018. I would love to hear what yours are. Please do comment below and let me know what you are enjoying working with or have enjoyed working with for 2018. And if you have anything on your wish list that is because of this, or things that you have worked with that didn't work out for you, or you have thoughts on these specific decks, I would love to hear that. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed this content, to subscribe so you don't miss my future videos, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Bye!